For this video, I'm going to show you how to do this colourful Mitchell inspired look using our brand new creamy pressed pigment shadows. Using the all covered concealer in shade 13, I'm taking it underneath my eye and on my lid. This is going to act as a great base for the eyeshadows as it is water resistant and long wearing. It has full coverage. It also has some saffron and vitamin E as well, so it's quite nourishing on the skin. Now that my eyes are prepped, I'm going to go in with shadow 320 from the Freedom System on a 13p brush. The 13p is an amazing little brush for packing on colour when you're working in a small area. I'm working from the inner and outer corners of my eyelid, starting to create that spotlight shape. Taking my 46SS brush then, which is a dome shaped brush, and it works really well for crease work, I'm going to take the 320 eyeshadow, pack it on and blend as I'm going. Here you can see me building up the colour. Using all the matte shades to work on my blending first and to build up the depth of colour. At this stage in the eye look you don't have to be too neat because we will be going back in to clean up the lid after. Using 145 rainbow eyeshadow and a 19p brush, which is a blending brush, I'm buffing out this dark purple through my crease. So I wanted to make my purples a little bit deeper and a little bit more cool tone, so I'd mix the 320 eyeshadow with this teal shadow in 150 from the Rainbow collection, and you can see here it's deepened it up and made it more cool tone for me. After popping the black kohl pencil into my waterline, I've taken my 13p brush again with the same shadows as above and started smudging it out underneath my eye. Then using the blending brush as before to buff out the colours. Using the 22T brush, which is our flat concealer brush, and the all covered concealer in shade 13, you can see me here starting to map out my spotlight. When creating a structured spotlight eye like this one, you need to take your time with your markings. Make sure you look into the mirror and when your eye is still open that you can still see your markings. When you're happy that you've started it in the right spot, continue to blank out the area which you wish to create your spotlight. As I mentioned already, I'm using the all covered concealer, so it's a really great multi-use product. It's great for carving out the lid like I am here in this spotlight eye. A little goes a long way with this concealer. It spreads really easy, it is full coverage, it's long wearing due to the film formers that are in the formula. It doesn't feel heavy and it won't crack. When using the Inglot 10 creamy pressed pigments, you can stick them directly over this concealer. Or your other option is to use a very thin amount of eyeshadow keeper on top of this carved out area. After you finish doing that, you should end up with something that looks like this. Taking my 10S with the purple and the teal shadows to blend the edges of where I carved out the spotlight. Now we get to use the amazing Inglot 10 eyeshadows. So I'm taking Party Killer, which is one of the brand new pressed pigments, and I'm popping it on with the 13p brush on the inner and outer corner of the eye, nearly over where I have the purple shadow. The next shadow is Go For It. It's a mint green colour. I'm just working it on with a 13p brush and blending by tapping the colour between the two. The texture of these pressed pigment eyeshadows are so buttery, they go on super smooth and they give such a beautiful glow similar to that of our Body Sparkles. Taking a 10S brush and the shadow Just Chilling, which is a light bright glittery shade, and we're using that for the centre of our spotlight. To add a little bit more depth to the eye after adding all the glitters, I decided to take a 42T brush, some pitch black JLo eyeshadow, and place it just above where I carved out the spotlight. You can't do a Mitchell inspired eye without some dramatic lashes, so I took some 79S Inglot lashes and popped them on. For a sparkly inner corner highlight, I've used a 10S brush and the shadow Cheers. Using the all covered concealer in shade 13 to clean up under my eye. This will also brighten and conceal any darkness that I have. I'm using a 4SS brush to really buff it into the skin. Using the All Covered foundation in 22 on a pro blending sponge, I'm blending the foundation back up into the concealer. Using medium sparkler in shade 33 as my highlight, I'm using my fan brush to apply it, buffing it on and really working it into the skin. To finish my lips, I just wanted something nude, so I used 854 lip liner, 46 HD lip tint, and then JLo Goldie lips on top for a bit of shine. To celebrate our new Inglot pressed pigments, you can buy all 10 in the palette for €64. That's a saving of €10. There are 10 beautiful new shades in the Inglot creamy pressed pigments. Pop into one of our stores to check them out.